Welcome back to the channel, and I'm recording this right after the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft has concluded, and today I'm going to be taking a look at all of the picks and picking a couple winners and losers from this. Obviously, it's very early to make these judgments, but I'm going to see, what I can predict right here. So my first big clear winner of this draft is the Philadelphia Eagles for getting Jalen Carter at 9, and then his teammate Nolan Smith at pick 30, who they both fell a ton, and it really just refreshed this already insane front that led the league in sacks last year, was completely dominant. And man, did they just refresh it, get younger, get more talented, and more scary. Howie Roseman, their GM, is an absolute beast in these situations, and he really just knows how to work a draft day. So Eagles are my first winner. And I'm going to do a first loser. My first loser is pretty clear as well, and that's the Detroit Lions. They went ahead and picked Jahmyr Gibbs at 12, which was the most shocking pick out of this draft for sure, out of this first round, obviously. Jahmyr Gibbs, to me, was a fringe back-end first rounder, maybe early second, somewhere in there. One of those teams like the Chiefs could have wanted a dynamic pass-catching burst kind of running back, but picking Jahmyr Gibbs here at 12 to me is absolutely insane. Don't think it should have happened. And then Jack Campbell, you get a middle linebacker at 18. He's a great player. Dan Campbell will love him a lot, but it still does not seem like that big of a need to be picking at 18 when you were atrocious against the run and you just had a horrible defense last year. They could have really made an impact. They could have had Christian Gonzalez, but they traded back and got a running back when they have DeAndre Swift, who plays in the same role. It just doesn't make much sense to me. So the Lions are my big loser of this first round of draft. My next big winner, column number 2 big winner, would probably be the Patriots. They traded back from 14 to 17 and still managed to get my corner 1 in the draft. Obviously, Witherspoon went much earlier, but I love Christian Gonzalez. He fits perfectly in their scheme, and they do get a 4th-round pick from the Steelers for it. It's also what they did with that is screwed their division rival, the Jets, out of getting a tackle, which the Steelers got. Let's go. So they really pull a couple strings there. Not only did they benefit themselves, but they also blocked one of their big rivals from getting a key position of need. So I will call the Patriots winner number 2. We'll go on now to loser number 2. And this one's a little tough, but I'm going to say loser number 2 is going to be the Jets here. Will McDonald at 15 seems like a big reach from what I watched. I know that you kind of take a shot here because they don't really need that much, but you could have really brought in someone dynamic. You could have brought in Gonzalez. You could have brought in someone like Kalijah Kancey, who went at pick 19. You could have had another. I know they have a pretty populous wide receiver room now, but there are great wide receivers here. Even another corner. They really could use another corner possibly. But if you're going to take an edge here, the fact that Nolan Smith or Myles Murphy aren't the guys you picked and instead you reached on Will McDonald, to me is just such a big miss. I really, really, really don't understand that one. So that is my second big loser there. I'm going to go with my third big winner out of this, and it's honestly going to be the Arizona Cardinals, and that is because, yes, they did trade down. They got a great tackle at 6 by trading back up. They gained a first rounder next year from the Texans, who are going to be bad. Maybe not horrible, but they're going to be bad. So you got a good first round pick next year, which they need so many position groups refreshed. So any first rounders they can get are huge. And then they traded back up to get tackle 1 in the class, Paris Johnson, protect Kyler Murray for the future. You still have your quarterback, so you're working with a quarterback. And now you can start refreshing other areas of need. And they went and got pick 34 as well. So now they are really just getting these picks back, and the first rounder next year sells it for me. The Texans gave up a lot. They also gave up a second, which the Cardinals ended up packaging to get back up to 6. So I don't know. I love it for the Cardinals. Just the extra first is huge, and they still only went down 3 spots with the trade back up. And they did get tackle 1 in this class. I love it for them. I know there's not much encouragement going on in Arizona right now due to their roster's construction, but Paris Johnson will help, and that next year's first will definitely help. My third, and I'll probably say last loser, just this is all initial reaction. We could look back on this and I could be totally wrong, completely honest. But my third loser is going to be the Commanders here, taking Emmanuel Forbes, and he is a great playmaker on the ball. He is very good. He had 6 pick sixes in college. That's amazing. But you have a guy like Christian Gonzalez going a pick after, and you take 166-pound Emmanuel Forbes, who you don't know if that size is going to hold up. I get he fits the scheme a little bit better, being a zone corner, but you really don't know how 166 pounds is going to compare to the perfect corner frame with Christian Gonzalez being 200, perfect. I think he's about 6 foot. But you picked a wiry guy that could really be taken advantage of by these bigger NFL receivers. I don't like that pick, especially because Gonzalez was on the board. I don't understand that. So that will be my third loser. Let's go through some other interesting details. Man, what a night. I can't even really process all these picks yet, just due to the fact that there's so much to think about. But some other surprises, Lucas Van Ness at 13. He seems like a Packer, but I thought they maybe would go receiver and break the streak and help Jordan Love. They didn't do it. A run of 4 wide receivers here. If I can scroll down a little bit, you can see Zay Flowers went at 22 to the Ravens. Let's see if that worked. It did. Zay Flowers went at 22 here to the Ravens. 4 wide receivers went in a row, which was a big surprise, honestly. We had Jackson Smith-Njigba, Quentin Johnston. We had Zay Flowers here to the Ravens, and then we had Jordan Addison back to back to back to back. My favorites out of those 4 would be probably Jackson Smith-Njigba. That wide receiver core is now very nice over there in Seattle. They did need to get a successor for Tyler Lockett. I then would say my next favorite out of those, I don't like the Quentin Johnston pick. I know that they like the bigger receivers, but I personally think they should have gotten smaller. They need more of a speed guy. I do like the Jordan Addison to Minnesota just due to the fact they really needed a wide receiver. Zay Flowers is also a good pick. They are now showing they're going to support Lamar. He's their long-term dude. They signed him to an extension today. It is Lamar time, and they went out, got him another receiver. This is the 3rd year out of the last 5 they picked a first-round wide receiver, and they're making it clear we're, helping Lamar out. Jordan Addison, Thielen is gone now. KJ Osborne, I believe would be next up after Justin Jefferson. So you get another really good route runner, great ball player here in Jordan Addison out of Pitt, one of my favorite players. So I love that one. Deonte Banks, I also love. He kind of fell to New York, and they really do need corner help. It was kind of underrated how much they needed corner help, so I like that one a lot. Brzee and Murphy, I don't like these picks at all, really. I don't understand the Bengals pick. They have Hendrickson, and I believe they don't really need that much edge help, but I am a Steelers fan, so I can't be too mad at it. A big surprise within the top 10, someone who we thought that this was going to be a Jalen Carter or at least an edge rusher, and they went corner. Devin Witherspoon to the Seahawks was a big surprise to me. I really didn't see that one coming. I guess they really like their hard-hitting athletes, and they're really trying to make that room good. Very understandable. Could be a great decision for them. If they weren't all in on Jalen Carter, then that's probably the best pick there, honestly. So I don't mind it. And we got Kalijah Kancey getting next to Vita Vea over there in Tampa Bay. See how he can pass rush with next to a big nose tackle. That will be an interesting situation. Steelers traded up for Broderick Jones. I love it. I love it. We now can protect Kenny Pickett. He has a high upside here. Broderick Jones does. Love that. Skoronski to the Titans. I was all over that pick all draft cycle. I 100% was mocking Skoronski a ton. At the end, I kind of deviated from that. But Skoronski to the Titans always seemed to be kind of a fix in my mind. Overall, what a first round, and super exciting to watch. I'm putting this video out right after the first round ended. I'm about to record a second round mock draft for tomorrow, and I will be on Twitter tomorrow talking about that second and third round on day 2, and then back again on Saturday recording another mock draft for the next 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds on Saturday. And I will be, predicting those and grading those drafts. And then once it all ends, I will be putting videos out about team grades and just the whole situation. I will be covering it a ton, putting out a ton of quicker, short videos where I just do some analysis. And if you like the content, please subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And thank you for watching.